That's a dark emerald green. At night, it's black.
Nice.
This is what it was.
Looks great, man. I had no idea green was going to be the color, but it's perfect.
I'm happy with the base coat, but it needs something else. Change up the lines a little.
Surprise for you, man. I'm glad you were able to throw it on the trailer in the middle of your operation. Finally, I'm going to do something for you that you weren't expecting. My friend, he paints cars. Yeah, to see you. How are you?
Hopefully everybody's doing well. We're here with Uncle Phil. We're going to play an old favorite game of mine. I like the second one more, but we're going to play the first one through first, and then I'm going to get the second one here, I think. And we're going to play the shit out of this. This is a funny fucking game. There's some good comedy.
So many good ideas from the section.
Man, I like the second one more than the first.
I mean, it really evolved compared to your ideas.
Yeah, it looks great. The top of the section is just good proportion.
Holy shit.
Absolutely good.
What was that, a mic feedback loop?
Yeah.
That was funny. I heard like this squeak happening. Thanks, man. Okay, here we go. Let's get this game going. It's really funny. Jetpack, dash, skate, cortex, scan, holobob. Okay, so Bill, imagine an alien goes to like invade, a gray alien goes to invade Earth and like cause a bunch of shit back in the 50s. And imagine the 50s, they went down like, or I guess a nuclear power thing. I don't know, we'll see. It's like a bit of a different timeline. Okay, so should I start a new game? No, I'm just gonna continue. I don't think I got very far. I think I was at the first place, like the farm. Hang on here. Yeah, Turnip Seed Farm or something is the first place I had done. Let's go back there and check it out, maybe. Wait, can we go over there too? We can go to Rockwell. I think I might have gone there, though.
Rockwell.
Yeah. Where would you like me to go, Phil? Turnip Seed Farm, Suburb of the Damned, or Rockwell?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, I don't know where to go, so I'm gonna warm up at Turnip Seed Farm because it sounds less doesn't sound like it's so hard to live there or do shit there. So let's go figure out our powers there. This game came out on the PS2, and it was a really good game.
On which?
The PlayStation 2.
Didn't look like this.
No, this is a remastered version. So it's gonna have some new features, and it's also gonna have nicer graphics, the same audio lines, but they might have buffed them up a bit. Okay, so what do I do? Can I scan the cow's brain? It says moo. Okay, so hang on here. There might be another way to. Okay, what can I do here? Can I do that? Nope. Okay, can't do that. Try a different. Oh, what's this? I'm trying different things, Phil. I'm doing a. What did I just do? Tell him to fall. I got a cow following me, man. Have a cow, man. That's awesome. Those people are gonna see me though, so I gotta like turn into a person or something. What does that do? The C key. Whoa, what is going on? Yo, the cow's dancing. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, I picked him up. I picked up the cow. Okay, hang on. Can I chuck him? Oh shit! Uh-oh. Oh, she's gone. There she is. Oh. Hold the E key. extracted her brain stem and got some fucking cortex juice. Okay, I see how this is going. Alright, can I help you out there, Cal? Oh, it's the cops.
You're willing to remain silent. I feel. Say you hold it right there.
Uh-oh, the cops are coming. I'm gonna get your buddy first.
Out of the way.
Uh-oh.
You can't do this. Bow down before me.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'll
probably gonna
bring
do.
it
I
back,
can't yet, I don't
boy.
have the strength, Phil. I gotta look up. I gotta take their brain stems. I'll get new weapons too soon. Here, try this gun. It's on the side, motherfucker. There was a farmer. I got a disintegrator ray. Holy shit, how many are there? I'm gonna use the anal probe. Here we go.
I'm flashing.
Yep, you got it. Gotta get away for a sec. That was hilarious. I anal probed him right in front of them. Okay, so check this out. I got a bomb.
Stop!
Is it gonna blow up? Whoa! For a farmstead. Yeah, what the fuck's going on? Holy shit. I gotta get out of here. This is getting ridiculous. I gotta turn into a human or something. Yeah, I'm gonna try to turn into someone. Crap, I can't do it yet.
You're trespassing on my property.
Here, give me your body.
It's time for Adam's power.
Shit, can't do it yet.
It was you standing my phone.
Give me your body. Shit. Holy fuck, there's the army. Shit. Give me your brain. Oh shit, water kills him, I forgot. I don't know why. Nice, I got a recon drone. Look at all the army guys back there. Holy fuck. I need to go to my spaceship and kill them. Here we go, Phil. The tanks are coming in too. Looks like a chaffee.
Come quick! There's a giant hairless hamster eating the zombies!
Holy fuck.
direction.
Space invaders. This is my place. You know what?
Where do you think you're going, Mars?
There should be a place I can land over here, but I don't know where. I'll find out.
It's the Blues! What?
I'm a chick now,
What's that?
I'm a chick now. I might
Oh,
get
good.
away. Yeah, I might get away. I gotta get a new program soon. I get this person. They just de-render it. Time to make them dance. Now I can turn it down. There we go.
Yeah, play tricks on the old farmer.
Funny
Nice.
guy.
Yep. Okay, now I gotta try to figure out what I gotta do around here. I see yellow beads and stuff. If I make him dance, then we'll focus on making this thing.
Good thing. So,
And I can this guy. There we go.
The reason why it's covered it, I
I just got three
Alright, let's go check it out over here.
production hired talents.
Yes,
Number two, you have a skill builder.
yes.
Is a real for license.
Race.
That's a good list.
My drones! Something's gone terribly wrong! They're following the protocol to eject the DNA pods before self-destructing. Use! Collect them before the auto-destruct mechanism times out! Collect the rogue drone and the DNA it's ejecting immediately. The longer the DNA is unrefrigerated, the more its viability degrades.
They've come! From outer space!
Suburb! Only 1 minute remaining. Get to it!
Come to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and they're all out of bubblegum.
It's a good day to do green beans.
way to destruction.
Martha, get Martha! Good! Come quick! There's a giant hairless hamster eating the turnips! Space invaders!
You know, how they look differently from dusk till dawn type of thing. And then when you get to the car,
That was close. What caused the drones to go haywire anyway? You wouldn't know anything about the random activation of the self-destruct codes, would you?
Well, every car has got an attitude, right? I think that's what
I can probably do better on that.
about our ideas. A Whitfield classic paint job, Victor's traditional lowrider, old school.
Collect the rogue drone and the DNA it's ejecting immediately. The longer the DNA is unrefrigerated, the more its viability degrades.
You know what they call me in the army? Mighty Annie came from
Martians!
Oh, not another blasted alien invasion!
Perfect! Good work, Crypto!
Somebody, please, anyone!
Perfect!
Oh, not another.
Hurry up! What are you, Martian slime?
Not afraid of you.
Good work, Crypto!
Save me! Invaders!
Only 1 minute remaining! Get to it! Push!
Space bang! Martha, get me the shotgun! I gotta kill me a varmint!
Nice. There we go.
That was close. What caused the drones to go haywire anyway? You wouldn't know anything about the random activation of the self-destruct codes, would you?
Okay. That was cool. That's not the main story mission though, so let's go do that. So maybe we can go to space now? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we gotta go to either. I think we already went to Rockwell, so let's go to this place. The Damned. Spark it up. Whether to address nation at 6 p.m. SMCBS remains tight-lipped over content of news specials. National Treasure Burt Wither will bring a highly anticipated special news report to the nation. Americans are disconnecting their landlines and, yes, even tearing up their baseball tickets to make the time to tune in to Burt's special report. The president himself has postponed
Tearing up their baseball tickets.
postponed several important diplomatic engagements to bask in the glow of the world's greatest anchorman. Regarding the nature of the report, however, SMCBS has remained reticent, with the head of broadcasting, Rick Lemon, stating, "Whatever Burt Wither wants, Burt Wither gets. Whatever Wither wants to wonder, we watch." Wise words. Okay, so Media Watchdogs nominates SMCBS for Anti-Communist Programming Award. Wow. And then it says here, why don't you try a can today? Lima Butterbeans at your favorite food store. Spark it up.
The success of the broadcast depends on you, Crypto. You must protect those towering transmission towers! Each tower has a transmitter at its base. If the army want to stop the broadcast, they'll have to take out those transmitters first.
restricted area, apparently. It says reach the defense perimeter. I'll give it a shot. This is a story mission. Look at this guy, Phil.
Regiments 2 and 4, form up the main junction. 1 and 3, take the flank. Attack waves, target the infrastructure. I want those comm towers out of commission. Support waves, your task is simple. Destroy the communist insurgents holding the television station. No weed-eating, vodka-swilling, Trotskyite son of a bitch is gonna hijack this great nation's God-given airways. Not on my watch. Charge!
Incoming from the north!
With a special news bulletin. For years, America has been a beacon of hope to the world. But today comes disturbing proof. Our very way of life is under attack. Our great nation devoured from within by a malignant The United States of America is now cancerous. Its benevolent might the insidious nature of this attesting not only to the existence of these offenses, but to their orchestration by an agency of their own federal government.
It has limited ammo, though.
You have to recharge or something?
Yeah, I think so.
After these commercial messages.
Fuck. Standing there just... Wait, over here too. Is there a guy in there? Shit, I gotta do that again. Some guys got stuck on the other side. I wonder if I can even do it again. Yeah, okay. I didn't know if there was two different things that would happen. Army repels guerrilla invasion. SMCBS hostages survive. Santa Modesta suffers collateral damage. A communist invasion of SMCBS headquarters has been thwarted. According to officers who oversaw the rescue operation, cowardly Soviet insurgents naively opted to avoid attacking key military facilities or civic infrastructure, instead launching an all-out assault on the SMCBS broadcasting studio and taking several hostages, including the beloved anchorman Burt Wither. We were surprised, to say the least, Army spokesman Lieutenant Stobert admitted. But the Reds learned an important lesson today. They may threaten us, but America will not stand idly while our celebrities are in danger. Okay, so let's try that again.
Incoming from the north!
Killed me. I might be playing on a harder difficulty or something. I don't know. That's fine. Let me do it again.
Incoming from the north!
SMCBS will bring you further news as it unfolds. New days on Jet America, north to south from sea to shining sea. This is Mark Weather. SMCBS studio at an undisclosed location in America's sunshine capital, Santa Modesto, with a special news bulletin. For years, America has been a beacon of hope to the world, but today comes disturbing news. Our very way of life is under attack. Our great nation now devoured from within by a malignant tumor of corruption. Yes, you heard it here first. The very heart of power in the United States of America is now cancerous. Never might convert to a crooked will. The insidious nature of this cancer. Find out word from our sponsor. Unease hits the country like a fever. Police collapse civil liberties, arrest innocent people without cause, even racially engage in criminal and unconstitutional behavior. I have here a statement affidavit signed by the chief of the Santa Modesto Police Department, attesting not only to the existence of these abuses, but to their orchestration by an agency of non-federal government. Up to now, many Americans believe such a thing could never happen here in the land of liberty. But how come it has? What a job! After these commercial messages.
Tower 1 is being attacked!
Come on over to the barrel, retard.
Tower 1 is being attacked! Your movement has arrived! Tower 1 is being attacked! Your movement has arrived! Crypto! Tower 1 is under fire!
Jesus.
Permission to self-extinguish, sir.
Guys, leave me the fuck alone. Oh, you fucking bitch. We almost did it. There was like 20 seconds left. Ah, fuck.
Pretty easy build.
We almost did it.
Doesn't seem to be any true body damage.
Incoming from the north!
SMCBS will bring you further news as it unfolds. New days on Jet America, from north to south from sea to shining sea. Live from a secure SMCBS studio at an undisclosed location in America's sunshine capital, Santa Modesto, with a special news bulletin. For years, America has been a beacon of hope to the world, but today comes disturbing proof. Our very way of life is under attack. Our great nation devoured from within by a malignant tumor of corruption. Yes, you heard it here first. The very heart of power.
Tower 1 is on fire! Let him have it, Crypto!
Never might convert to a crooked will. The insidious nature of this cancer. Right now, word from our sponsor.
Sir, the fighter!
Unease hits the country like a fever. Police collapse civil liberties.
Tower 1 is under fire!
Racially engage in criminal and unconstitutional behavior. I have here a statement affidavit signed by the chief of the Santa Modesto Police Department, attesting not only to the existence of these abuses, but to their orchestration by an agency of our own federal government. Up to now, many Americans believe such a thing could never happen here in the land of liberty.
Tower 1 is under fire! Let him have it, Crypto!
After these commercial messages.
You're dead, little man! On your knees, cowboy!
Tower 1 is under fire! Let him have it, Crypto!
Be careful, you!
Might have to level up or something, man. This is ridiculous.
Much of anything out of this design is got the mirror itself and then this little plastic kind of goes over top. I know some passenger fall guys kind of feels like they work out
Income!
much longer. On the
driver's side, though, this is a regular old Spice Red GTO mirror. So I'm guessing this one got damaged at some point, and they couldn't find a replacement.
I mean, from the door!
At least you can retreat and try to level up or
The
something.
further we go back on this game, the better it gets. Side skirts, they're both there. Those rear fender arches, they're both there.
Step right up. Weapon abilities, saucers, upgrades are us.
Little mesh insert that goes in the bottom of it, that's its own separate piece. There's also this center exit exhaust with the squarish tips. That's certainly a design choice. We might have to do something about that. There's also this little lip spoiler on the trunk, which compared to the rest of the kit is quite modest, but then there's a filler panel that's supposed to go in between the taillights on the trunk, and we have pieces of it. Every one of these little bits of plastic was supposed to be attached to that filler panel. Now, in the auction pictures, you could clearly see that it's bumpy through the car. So when it showed up like this, I thought for sure it flew off on the transport trailer, and it was laying on the side of the New Jersey Turnpike somewhere. However, somebody, presumably the transport driver, did us a real solid and took it off and put it in the trunk. And yeah, the entire backside of it's broken off. Basically, every mounting tab is gone. But we have it. I feel like that's the important part. You can see it's got like this carbon fiber inlay, and while clear coat is peeling off of it like badly, maybe there's something we can do about it to fix it. Another stroke of good luck here. We've also got one of those front fender flares on your like that rear filler panel. So there in the auction pictures, it was missing when the car showed up. This is a passenger one. It still fits perfectly. It's not damaged. All we really have to do is glue this thing back on and we'd be good to go. Now, this is such a key piece to have.
There's other missions we can do for like level up.
This gives us at least something to go on. Try to recreate that. And also, find our missing wheel back here. So, the quarter tires, because we know what happened. That's down. Tire wow. Just snap that fender flare off there. There. That's the long lesson. There's other few parts we got in here. They're not the original wheels in any of these cars. The wheels would be back here. Wait, actually, also,
I gotta find me a policeman, then a construction worker, and then maybe an Indian. I'd make me a barbershop quartet like no other.
Some aspects of it, in fact, the sticker is breaking apart. This thing has been sitting outside for quite some time, neglected. Then there's other things, weather strips that are lifted all apart, for 2 hours, they're in the wrecks. It's not the interior.
This is my space! What am I? A horseshoe? What's this?
Actually, this ain't so bad.
Well, me too.
Let me go!
These earth critters have vulnerabilities we can exploit. They also have stubborn, illogical defenses. It's time for destructive testing. Angry agricultural workers don't think they pitch a fit. For this test, focus on destroying them psionically, or by throwing them into the
Let me go, you
you spaceballs.
Get to it!
What's this? Bring it on, Baldy. Let me go. What's this? It's a good day to
Hurry! I need data for my FPS report! Intriguing data. As I suspected it would do, the humans are just an elaborately evolved sacks of meat. I am the comparative analysis. But further research is needed.
All the above, which is probably more like this there that you need decent so they welded in. Kind of looks like it's a KB welded, you get a bit of a barrel there. Cross member, kind of transmission.
Martha, come quick! There's a
Side skirts, which is just kind of like urethane or held by these racks that was crunched. Really, your ears look that different from just a regular old GTO. Except, of course, this exhaust system, which has two mufflers here after the next flight, switch out way wide for smaller mufflers. Then it comes back to the center, comes down the rear.
It's howdy doody time. It's howdy doody time.
Stop gets it.
I want to be a cowgirl, but who would be my cowboy?
I've seen looks like high miles, low miles, it doesn't really matter. It just seems to hold up to that well back here. We have cars on the other side of this spot.
Better get my best clothes on to go into town. Oh yeah, I ain't got no best clothes.
Better find somewhere to sit down.
To prepare the way for our invasion, we must weaken the humans' economy and morale by causing as much damage as possible. We don't have time to waste, so get it done! No! I've had enough of this place. The human weapons, raise it all!
Look at this carrier. This is supposed to be attached. This part that's been there.
Whoever's there. Hey, Rusty!
It's not supposed to do that. No, I can imagine what this thing sounded like when it was actually driving. This is piston here. This drive shaft was just green. There we go. Good blinking job.
Nixon. Is there anything he can't do? That humpman should step aside for Tricky Dick.
Under here is different. Stop, yo.
My hand! My hand! If I can't hear you over my ignorance and raffle blast, you ain't worth hearing.
I'm taking my antipsychotics.
You know, I thought that's going to sound a little prettier. But what if we had something?
I'm gonna fill you full of buckshot. What am I? A horseshoe?
We need to collect samples for further research. I want to drop some. Hurry up! Earth's axial rotation combined with its polluted atmosphere makes it impossible to target lock the colossal abductor beam orbital transporter.
I gotta kill my varmint.
I need further bovine studies. Collect these spotted mammals from the surrounding pastures and keep them alive, will you? The possibilities are so limited when they've already expired. Excellent work, Crypto.
It was you killing my poor guy. It came from outer space. Hold it.
I can only keep the orbital transporter stationary for a few minutes. Stop shilly-shallying!
Martha, come quick! There's a giant hairless hamster eating the turnips.
I've received half of the deliveries.
You know what they call me in the war? Bring it on, boy.
No! That is not what I asked for! Step up here, Crypto! I can see very...
I mean, you do need to upgrade the radiator anyway. This is for upgrades.
So what would you like to upgrade, you little ball of unbridled aggression?
There we are. I mean, this thing is... There's ratty, and then there's whatever the hell this is. The only thing I can think to even compare this to in terms of disgustingness is that Delta 88 that was from the frickin' 70s and never been touched. The whole thing is just broken, brittle wire and oil. That's the whole thing here. Now, this is our first real good look at this rear drive supercharger system. Such a comically wide belt. And the looks of it, the way it's like flexing and cracking, it's probably the original. You got the end of the jack shaft there. This is what turns the rotors in the blower. This is like a tensioner. Looks like you can loosen it there, slide it in and out. It is quite interesting design. Along with that belt, though, it just looks like as a whole, this thing's really never been touched. I wouldn't be surprised if the exhaust manifolds have never been off of here. We saw earlier, it's definitely factory 10 volts. So I don't think it's ever been opened. I don't think it's been cammed or anything like that. It didn't sound like it was cammed.
Wait, it was cammed. Why did I hear that?
That's not the cam sound we're looking for. Looking for a healthier chop, you know, not whatever this thing was doing. We knew we were going to have to rebuild this engine, most likely. But at this point, there's not a single part of this that can remain untouched. I mean, there's no shop using the original pumps or anything like that. It's nothing with superchargers. I think bare minimum, we have to inspect everything. We're likely we'll have to replace a lot of it and rebuild what we can. Now, as for our engine, the long block itself, I honestly don't know.
The success of the broadcast depends on you.
The trouble of rebuilding this entirely, they'll have a fresh, presumably a 6-liter. I guess the reality is that the feasibility of rebuild this will come down to what we find once we get this look and also
Incoming from the north!
SMCBS.
Our crew is being attacked. Get them back and hit them hard.
From sea to shining sea, this is Bert Weather. SMCBS. Studio.
Our crew is being attacked. Get them back and hit them hard.
Special news bulletin. For years, America has been a beacon of hope to the world. Until today comes disturbing proof. Our great nation devoured from within by the United States of America is now cancerous. But the insidious nature of this.
Your moment has arrived, Crypto.
Recently engaged in criminal and unconstitutional behavior. Much of their orchestration by the agency of our own federal government. These Americans believe such a thing could never happen. But happily it has. More to come after these commercial messages.
Our crew is under fire. Come on, Crypto. Do that you do so well.
Sir, the
Tower 1 is being attacked.
refuses to acknowledge these abductions ever took place. Stay tuned. Security from a communist conspiracy of silent abductions. One thing is certain. President Haldeman must answer. But will he? Even as I speak, our mighty military strives to stop this broadcast. Only to the brave efforts of our SMCBS. The truth is damning. And because it's finally out, the president, for the first time in our history, has marshaled American armed forces against the American people. Or are we? The shocking final answer. Next.
Tower 2 is half destroyed! What part of defense the towers don't you understand? Tower 2 is under fire!
Behind the new terror of the states. The terror of it's not bad, but if policy is corrupt, what are the government responsible? As a United States documentary footage, shadowy federal agents in reasonably priced black suits. Citizens in unmarked black sedans. No arrest records exist. People have disappeared. Their families kept in the dark. And still, the U.S. government remains silent. Refuses to acknowledge these abductions ever took place. Why has our government deserted us? Stay tuned. My fellow citizens, we must face the terrible truth. The powers that be in this nation no longer lead us, but oppress us. Under guise of national security from a communist threat. Our conspiracies.
At least for the, I don't know if I'm on a 50 or what, it's tough.
Also,
So we can't even go there.
yeah. It's not a factor.
Wait, we can do this explore area. That's what we want to do.
Also, you can bring your existing unlocked code, keep your code number, keep all your other apps. Bitmobile is one of the nation's largest 5G network, covering 98% of Americans with 5G, 99% of Americans with 4G LTE. Plus, you got a 7-day money-back guarantee with your property. True Pros.
Watch!
First time partner.
Little green men!
Link down below. Premium wireless. $15 a month.
Somebody there?
Plan.
Whatever.
Now, there's one thing we gotta do inside the car. Then forget about this active shifter. These GTO shifters are like lever back. So we hit the transco, try to take it down without doing that. And this.
They want to destroy our way of life!
Actually, now I'm in here.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, gross! Somebody! Please! Anyone! Suddenly my life seems
Just because this one ain't real try either. it's the same condition up top here. So he said you gotta find at least a little work for this one too. This is what we really needed here. Let's see, the shifter.
Alien invaders!
He's got here set up with a full aftermarket flush debate. This is a move leaders. We're definitely gonna find something in there. We wouldn't see the color yet. We cracked it off and see what we got. The engine side of things does look the other one, which is to be honest, 6 liter. Turns out our long tube.
Good lord! It's an alien!
Ceramic motor though. Have been over here for a while.
Space creatures!
It's got a little bit of wheel there, which I'm assuming they did at the same time. They had this thing apart from the cans, probably inside of it. The real star of the show here is MSD intake manifold. They're like $1,000. The rust is actually ours. Quite nice header because the build plate isn't being an inch and 3/4, which
Space invaders!
fine, great use rust. It's just fit with a 6 liter. That's all this rust off.
Space invaders!
Now, there's one individual engine scenario. It would render these pipes a little too slow. Very careful. Certain points.
You think you can go 15 rounds with me?
Martians! Space invaders!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Space invaders!
They wanted us to
This is not empty. This looks through and through. They can stop, steer, clutch, albeit shape this thing. It's real good. Perfect. Doesn't naturally aspirated less. Except, ironically, built LS7 numbers. Much as I love precursor use code and new builds here, much as I was make me think twice. This one, though, is so nice that I probably would throw it in if we didn't have a supercharger. But this job clutching LS3 build, 500 horsepower.
I like Ike. He's no President Huffman, but he sure knew how to win a war.
Little green pistons!
Good lord! It's an alien!
Martians! Alien invaders! Gosh darn it!
Stop! Bow down before me, and I just might spare your life.
Give me the shotgun! I gotta kill my opponent!
I'm studying the human way of life to discover what drives the tiniest solutions to desires. Collect everyday artifacts. The bigger, the better. Clean them up at once.
Get it off of me!
That's not what I ordered.
Don't make me sue you!
That's not what I ordered.
Space invaders!
Lord! It's an alien! Space creatures! Communists! We're under attack!
I can only keep the orbital transporter stationary for a few minutes. Stop shilly-shallying! That's not what I ordered.
Holy smokes! It's a bomb! It came from outer space. Grab!
That's not what I ordered. You wasted half of your time!
If I wanted to... Stop right there, pal.
Excellent work, Crypto. Only halfway there!
It's a bomb! It's a bomb!
Good work, Crypto. I can only keep the orbital transporter stationary for a few minutes. Stop shilly-shallying! No! That is not what I asked for! I asked for on-time delivery! Only a few more? Good Lord! Sir! I'm not greedy. I just
Really, the only thing we will need to retain off this throttle body, so of course we can go upgrade it. One thing we're pretty positive of the fact that completely shared throttle body.
Space creatures! Here to stay!
which means there's more than one.
They want to destroy your way of life!
Bow down before me!
Best of my recollection, I've never even seen one in person before, so I'm not going to pretend I didn't just Google all this, but this is a 3-lobe, 60-degree rotor design. It seems like they start to get inefficient, anything above like 10, 12 PSI of boost. You compare this to like a modern 2650, which is a 4-lobe, 160-degree rotor design, which we've ran up to like 22, 23 PSI, and it's just, look, still making power. So if we want to update this car, unfortunately, as cool as it is, this thing's just got to go. Wherever this blower ultimately ends up, we're going to need to go with this valley cover, so we might as well pull this off as well. There's going to be got this valve cover off after all video going, yeah, it's definitely stopped. Never been opened, surely. Valve springs inside. Possible. Yes, sir. Stock yellow LS2 springs.
Oh, yellow?
They are yellow. Yeah, Chevy used different color springs for different type of vehicles. There's like pink ones and blue ones as well. I think that kind of tells us everything we need to know about what this engine is. Definitely factory LS2 valve springs. Nothing else that's touched or modified at all in there. As best I can tell, judging by the way that gasket popped off of there, that's probably the first time this valve cover has ever been off. Let's say this was the first time this has been apart. The next thing we're about to do just got a little scarier. These factory header bolts, they are notorious for snapping once they get a little bit older like this. Primarily the front ones and the back ones, they don't run into this so much anymore because almost every LS has been altered. Well, that one nice. Yeah, these are factory GM gaskets. Not that somebody couldn't have just replaced these at some point. They look all favorite. Yeah, they look old. Light work. Light work. Now, this need to be a bigger issue, like the early LS1 cars, the F-bodies, the Corvettes. You could buy an engine off Craigslist or something back in the day, and there'd be 1 or 2 broken bolts in it. These all came out real nice. So maybe they changed something on the LS2, or probably more likely, we just got a little bit lucky. We definitely are going to have to salvage every bit of, assuming we reuse this engine, is this accessory drive. Obviously replace the water pump, we'll maybe even do a crank pulley on it, with the power steering, the alternator, the AC, all that's got to get reused. These LS accessory drives are one of those things that there's so many different variations of based on what chassis your LS came out of, and of course what LS it is. One of the interesting things on this particular LS2 setup is that the power steering pump doesn't bolt directly to the head. There's actually this little standoff bracket type deal. Really the whole reason there are so many variations to these accessory drives is the LS just came in so many different cars. And every chassis has its own unique restrictions as to where things can be mounted. The Corvettes and the CTSVs, they sit right about there. Then you got the F-bodies and the GTOs, they sit, you can actually see where these ones sit. And then there's the trucks and the 5th-gen Camaros, and they sit something out like there. Anyway, the whole reason I'm going on so much about accessory drives here, what we put back in this car, whether it's one of these 2 LS2s or different LS, we have to reuse all these accessories. For once at least, I'm not just going to grab an engine off the shelf, stick it in the car, and then try to figure it out. Expert hand placement. Big messed up. You got it. What was that shit? Oh. I think one other thing to replace here is engine vents. Not that they're necessarily horrible, but they're old enough and disgusting enough at this point that I feel like it's worth spending a couple $100 on new ones. See how clean this side of the engine is? It seems like our issue is primarily on the opposite side. Still don't know why, but there's an area here. Like a 9 square inch area. Actually pretty nice. The cylinder heads off, and so far, the ugliness has just been dirty. It's a little oiliness. Now is where I feel like they can start to get real ugly. Normally, this would be terrible. Throwing all this down in the valley, but in this case, it really does not matter. I don't think it does. Doesn't it? Yeah. One of the hot streak, the strip club cars, where everything's teammate has been super built. It's a rarity. Actually, oh wait, no, that's not. For a second, you can't see it because the light. That's pretty nasty action. There's some engines that we'll pull the heads off of, and immediately it's clear as day that there's one big score, or even a cracked cylinder liner or something like that. That's not the case on here. That right there, though, honestly, one of the worst cylinder walls I've ever felt. It's crazy because every other cylinder wall honestly looks and feels pretty much fine, but this one, you know, sometimes if you're feeling a cylinder wall, there'll be one spot that catches a nail. This is an inch section that catches the nail over and over and over. It's completely chewed up. Wow, so check this out. This would be the cylinder that was bad on our block side of things. That looks fine. It actually looks great. This is our rearmost cylinder. There's two. There's the forwardmost one. And this eats something up. Either that or a severe detonation. But to me, that looks like something went through it. I know we expected this all to not be super pretty, but I did think it was going to be more so once we pulled the oil pan. I didn't expect it to go downhill this bad, this fast. The wall looked okay. But oh yeah, there it is. Same contact marks on the piston. So something definitely went through this. Whether it was a piece of debris, which is unlikely because of the whole air filter thing. Actually, look at that. Culprit's hiding in plain sight. That's our spark plug tip. See how there's a bunch of porcelain on the end of that one? Not so much on there. It's all chipped away. And I guess that porcelain's kind of what got caught between the piston and the head there before it went out the exhaust valves. Wow. Little piece, big damage. I have a feeling, hunch, this is going to be a, well, wait, there's more type engine over and over. It's the same thing on the opposite cylinder. It feels horrible. Both sides, that's great. The rear one feels fine. Dang it. Whoa! Really? Holy crap. Well, how the hell did that get out of the chamber? There's questions here, because that is a quite large piece of piston. And the cylinder head's not beat up. The cylinder walls are not beat up. Where did our piston go?
That's not even one with the scored wall.
I know, it's the same one, third one back on both sides. I feel like that ring's about to just flop out. That's unreal, and that's not like a melted piston. That's clearly broken. That is a snap off. Usually when you have a failure like that, it presents itself everywhere. Then we got this piston here, and that looks okay. This back one, yeah, that looks fine. But ain't that a weird pattern on this one in the third spot? That looks an awful lot to me like it was touching or was very, very, very close to the cylinder head, because that's our combustion chamber right there. That would be this one right here. And if you look at these, which are normal cylinders, they're dirty, as they should be inside a combustion chamber, and that is super clean. Now, if there's anything we could take away from the Hemi Super build having a few issues, knowledge. And I know now that this is what it looks like. Piston touches the cylinder head. So it seems like that's what's happening here. Also, you got our spark plug right there. You look a little flatter than the rest of them.
We're good.
No, I do not believe it is good. So this is a normal spark plug. It move when you touch it. It's quite solid. And there's this guy. So it wasn't so much flat as it is bent. You see the whole thing swayed over that way? Wild. We've got a lot of junk here. We've destroyed a lot of stuff. But to pull an unopened LS2 apart, see that. Now, you might be asking yourself, like I was, how did it hit the cylinder head? It's stock size rods, and yeah, it could have stretched. Or the rod bearing could be out of said rod. Yeah, so I guess what was going on here was on the upstroke, being that there's no bearing to keep the rod located around the crank anymore. The piston was going up a couple millimeters higher than it should have until it got stopped by the cylinder head. The same deal with the downstroke. It was just, how was this thing? This did not happen all at once. This was a series of events. So somebody was driving this thing. It just got progressively worse. I wonder
I got to correct you. Yeah. Somebody went beat it.
That's a piece of metal. Lifter tray.
That should be that.
No, it should not. I think we've seen everything we're going to see from the top. and we have seen a lot. Now it's time to get to the bottom of it. Look at the oil that came out just when we flipped this thing over. None of this is surprising whatsoever anymore, but man, there's failures and there are failures. You know, there's not half a rod in it. I guess. We don't know what's under that baffle. Oh my god. I know it really doesn't matter. It still feels like this shouldn't go into the engine. It's so much. If this is all you saw, really not that bad. That is a piece of wire harness. Shall we? Interesting. That is a whole lot of vertical movement. Usually they don't just fall apart like that. I think we found the knot. They were not seated anymore. They probably ended up something like that. We gotta pop the piston out, right?
Yeah, you're gonna laugh. Yeah, but like the bearings actually aren't.
They're not as bad. Yeah, I agree.
I expected the copper. I expected, you know, when you crush a bearing shell and the edges kind of roll out, you gotta pry it off. That's what I expected.
Oh, wore the crank down, didn't it?
Crank's trapped. The crank's
destroyed. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That makes more sense. Let's pull this right.
Yeah, that makes more sense
Yes,
as to why there's that much play.
Yep. That's all gouged up. But look, that's insane. This is the size the journal's supposed to be, and this is the size that it be. And that's... No, I actually have not. I know we've just essentially figured out that this engine is trash. It's good for a bare block and not much else. Crank, trash, rods, trash, pistons, trash. So I probably sound a little too excited about this, but it's just cool and interesting to see how stuff works. Think about the amount of time this had to be doing that to grind the crank down like that. It's also done it in such a unique, I guess we'll call it, way. This is the bottom. This is where the cap of the rod went, and it's really ground down there. But if you look up at the top, it's actually not as bad. Even the sides, it's kind of like lobe shaped, not necessarily round. That slid out easy, didn't it? Wonder why. It does. It looks like it's been ran that way for quite some time. Wow. There's a little more piston. Sure, yeah. Give me all your pistons, Tim. I look at this and I say to myself, we drove this into the shop. And then I look at this again and then say to myself, we drove this into the shop. And it ran okay other than the knocking. It drove fine. Thrust bearing was surprisingly good. This thing can keep a thrust bearing together, but our stuff can't. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's me paying my bills.
There's really nothing more we're going to learn. We've seen the worst of it at this point. But this will remain on the wall forever. And there's nothing we can do to fix this. It's not there at this point, right? Surprisingly, the cam's in nice shape. Now, as cool as this has been, as fun of a assembly, a curiosity teaser that this has been, we gotta go back to reality here for a second and realize that we threw down an entire LS2 and it got me. Alright, boys, I think we know what we need to do with the chassis, and we just have to actually do it, which of course is the hard part. We've also got our transmission swap sorted out, which means the only decision left to make here is what the hell do we do with this engine? Now, given we got so little from the engine that came out of it, if you're going to go through all this trouble, it's not that it's going to necessarily be that expensive compared to what we say that other LS2 in it, but it's going to take a long time. You have to spend a ton of time at the machine shop and always works out that way. And if you're going to go through that trouble, you probably just build it right. You don't want to do all that for another stock LS2. Maybe a stroker, corded heads, cam, of course. And that's when costs do start spiraling out of control. And there's option number 2, LS2 out of the yellow GTO. And we could probably stick a more modern supercharger on this thing and make 650, 700 horsepower. It kind of be perfect for this car. But you could also sell this for like 6 or 7 as it sits.
Hey.
I'm gonna make it a snack, and I'm gonna. Are you getting ready for sleep?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll get ready for sleep too then, because that way I have a decent sleep tonight. I hope that everyone who watched the stream